I am Belle, a peasant girl who married a prince. I like to read more about magic books and the prince, faraway islands, and magic carpets and more. My father is an inventor. Um, One day he got lost while going to a fair. I was worried that something bad will happen to him. Um, I went in search of him until I arrived at the castle in the forest. The owner of the castle had taken my father prisoner and did not want to let him go. I'm Minadel and I stayed with him to let him go. It was incredible that in the castle there were talking objects by way breaking. Well, it turns out that the owner of the castle was a beast with a bad temper, but with good heart. He was very bad to break that spell. He had to go me love. With time, I fell in love. Until one day it happened, and the beast became a human, and I married him.
I'm Bella's father, my name is Maurice, and I'm going to tell you the story of Bella and the Beast. I'm an inventor, and whole town takes me for a crazy old man in the town, and a day I was going to present my invention to another town, and I got lost on the way, and I ended up in a castle. In this castle, I was kidnapped by a beast, and that beast actually has a condition to let me free to bring a woman, a beautiful woman. When Bella came looking for me, she offered in my place to be a prisoner of the beast. I could not visit my daughter for a time, and Bella says that that beast was in love with her and was always very attentive and wanted with her. And to marry her too, I became very sick time later, and my daughter went to see me, and when she returned to the castle after 8 days, the beast was very sad already that he felt abandoned. Sometimes later my daughter would fall in love with the beast that strangely was a man. In the middle of a rainy night in the castle, a fight happened. The beast has been very injured by a hunter named Gaston, who had repudiated him because my daughter Bella did not love him as much as the beast. The beast has won, but ultimately, desperate attempt by Gaston, he stabbed the beast with a knife in the back, but it fell from a balcony of the castle to the bottom. My daughter Bella had realized that if she loved that beast, and thanks to that, this beast became a very handsome prince, and they fell in love with each other and danced together in a very beautiful dance, and this is the end of the story of Bella and the Beast.
I was servant of the beast, and I spent my time living in his castle. Everything was alright, but he was a bad person. He gets angry so easily. He gave us a bad treatment. And one day, an old woman said to him, "A curse will take him and all of us, and the only way to get out is found the true love." And that's why I look like a candle. After days, an old man entered the castle, asking for refuge to pass the night, and me and the others, we helped him. Then the beast come to the room, and he was so angry and put him in the jail. Then a woman entered the castle looking for her father, and I asked myself, she is the true law of the beast. After the dinner, we talk with Beast. We talk about the treatment that he gave to him. And then I talk with Yuri to give a welcome. Then we planify something special for them to make Beast fall in love with Beauty. And she feels the same. To broke the course, they we cleared the main hall and then start to dance. Later we saw a big group of people. It's the gang of Gaston. They want to talk to the castle, and after a hard battle against the gang, we saw how peace was dying. And we can't believe that we won't be humans again. But suddenly, Beast turned to human and the others. And finally, we broke the curse and they're living happy forever.
With Lumiere, we see an old man entering the castle. Lumiere invites him to stay while I tell him that the beast will get angry. They will take him and treat him. Then an aggressive beast enter and scare the old man and put him in dungeon. A few hours later, we see a girl arrive at the castle in search of her father. The beast finds Bella and says to free her father. I went to Bella's room to let her know that dinner was ready, but she declined her invitation when I told Beast I was angry and went to look for her in her room. But she didn't want to go down to dinner. The beast gets angry and leaves. Bella left her room a long time. When Lumiere offered to have dinner, I insist not because the beast gave the order. The beast let him out of the castle. He allowed him to go with his father, but then the people went to the castle to look for the beast, and Bella returned to the castle. And she fell in love with a beast, and we're human again.
You probably already know me, but if not, I will introduce myself. I am the Beast. Most of the people know me for being the ugly guy in the story, but that is what the trailer told you. Today I will tell you my version. It all started in my palace. I had a curse for a sorceress because I had love in my hair. From a pierce, I transformed into a terrible beast. The terrible spell can only be broken when you learn truly love and can win someone else to love. One day, I heard the cries of a man lost in the forest outside my palace. I was living as a beast for a long time, and I saw the opportunity to find a way out of this spell thanks to that man, and let him enter the palace so that I not die in the cold forest. Then I saw the man left the palace and visit a beautiful lady called Bella and gave her some flowers that I plucked from the forest. At that precise moment I made an appearance and told the man that he had given him everything to survive and that he despised what he had. So I threatened him and told him that I will die unless he has a doctor who gives his life for him. The man didn't accept, but his doctor was willing to accept the deal to save her father alive. So the beautiful lady began to live in my palace. At first I was afraid to tell her about my curse, but I was afraid that for that reason her true love would not emerge. So as time went by I tried to convince her to marry me and she could break the spell. After a long time I managed to convince her and agreed to marry me. By doing this I became a prince and the spell had disappeared. I explained it through to Bella and we lived happily ever after.
name is Gaston. I'm from The Beauty and the Beast. Well, I'm a man who has a powerful complex. I like to go hunting, and I'm the best, and nobody can stop me till I get what I want. Even if all the people from this little town obey to me, come to me too. But my heart belongs to Belle. She's the love of my life. And I also organized a surprise wedding, a surprise party for her. And she wasn't really that happy. So, in exchange, I will marry someone like Bella. But she has to free her. Bella is my one true love into the whole town. She's the only person I love, and I'm not giving no chance to anybody else but me. So I'm her best option. I will fight for her. I do not care how it gets. Eventually it's the best is the best thing that happened to me. It's Bella. I will not let nobody else kidnap her from me like the Beast did. The Beast is a dead guy now. Or I suppose so. But my plan is to marry her and eliminate the Beast for once and for all. There's gonna be no one else but me standing between Bella and me. That's because I'm a good hunter. In all of this town, it's my